Hi, this is Tim again. Hey, I just got to reading this fantastic book by Bill Glazer, Dan Kennedy, and Robert Skrub, S-K-R-U-B, and it's called Avoid Common Info Marketing Mistakes and Before They Find You. It's a get-rich guide to information marketing to build a business to build $1 million business within 12 months. And some of the things are very relevant to your internet business, which are when you're writing or you are producing your business, you don't want to become too bogged down with the production, meaning that you don't want to be so concerned with being precise and perfect that you're not able to get your information out there. Yes, make sure it's good, but don't become so enamored or obsessed with it being perfect. Remember, your job, as he says, is to sell product or services, not paper. So you don't want to become too bogged down with being a perfectionist. You also want to know your market well, because if you don't know your market, then you're not able to respond to your customers' requests, and you want to be able to understand your market so you're able to adjust your marketing to whatever the customer needs are. So you want to make sure that you really understand your market. One of the things he was mentioning too, from my notes, when I was reading the book, you don't want to be afraid to sell your product for higher than what your competitors are, because this gives you a huge advantage. Because when you do that, you're able to have more marketing you have more money in your marketing budget, which makes a very, very big advantage over your competitors, because now you have more to spend marketing at a higher rate in a longer time than your competitors. One other thing he talks about is you don't want to be a pioneer. Being a pioneer in one industry is not a very good idea. You may think it's a good idea, but it isn't. Because when you're a pioneer, then you're new to the segment or new to the industry, and there's no research has been done. It can be very costly. So what they suggest, is that you go into industry that's already established, because all the research is done, and you find an area where you can exploit a niche market, so to speak, and then you build your product or services around a niche market and exploit it. And again, if you're selling your product for a lot more or a higher price than your competitors, that gives you another huge advantage, because now you're able to market longer, stronger, because now you have the revenue to do it. He was mentioning too that when you're looking at your to join a business, you want to make sure that the business has some type of back-end revenue production attached to it. A lot of people make money on the front end, but they forget about the back end. You want to make sure that you're able to produce revenue in the back end. That's where you're going to be the most lucrative. And the last thing he mentions is about your production. He says that, this is very interesting, he says your revenue generated, your production should be based on your revenue generated per ad minus your cost per sale and production cost and refunds. Let me read that to you again. He said your production should be, the formula for your production should be revenue generated per ad minus your cost per sale and production cost and refunds. And the bottom line is, does the content deliver what it promises? Hope that helps, and I'll talk to you later.